All right, we are in the car. We are going to Atlanta for the aquarium, but also the cards. That's what we're here for, is going to the arcades and the cards and stuff. So,
Never been part of the vlog.
let's see. Welcome to the vlog. You're now on the internet.
I'm on the internet. I'm famous. Mom, I love you.
So we have 4 people in the card, so we should get at least 4 cards, and then I'm going to ask everyone in the building to buy me another card. That's the plan. So I want 20 when I leave. All right, good game. All right, so we made it to round 1. We're here about to go inside, play some arcade. I found out they actually have some really good food, so we're gonna get some ramen. Yeah.
Did they have shawarma at the end of the pictures?
Exactly. Yeah. I was just saying I'd never had shawarma before. That sounds good. So it's supposed to be 1 card per person. You buy a $5 arcade pass. They give you a free promo card while supplies last. So I don't know if that's actually happening still or not, but we're gonna find out and go from there and then get some food. So let's go inside. How was the arcade? Not the arcade. How was the aquarium?
Ooh, pretty.
Thank you. How was the aquarium?
Mario farted, so we need to go.
I literally didn't. You can come over here and smell.
You video the air.
Go over there and smell. Smell the air. Where's Ichigo from? Bleach?
Yep.
Oh, and an ice cream cone.
Oh, I didn't get that.
I forgot ice cream.
Is it just all food?
Well, we're here and we got them. Where's my... There it is. Catch his face. Thank you for watching it if you made it this far. Now to end the video, we're going to get into a deck profile for the actual cards that we picked up and the deck that I'm playing. So let's start off with the action points. These are all from the booster box and the sleeves are provided by the rare battles. So that's how I like to keep my stuff organized. Let's go and start off. We're going to be running 4 copies of the Zero Drop Ichigo because he's the staple of the deck, he's a get trigger, and you kind of need him to get the thing rolling. I'm running 4 copies of that. Next up, this is going to be a Ichigo Renji build, so we are running the Zero Drop Renji to be able to apply the raid, and if you don't see him, the raid Renji is still damaged too. He's a 2k and an active trigger, so I'm running 4 of him. Up next for Zero is Uryu, who he has a when played draw card, place one from your hand into the sideline. If you see this in your opening hand, then you are looking good. Running only 3 of those, so 11 zeros in total. Moving on to our ones, we have the round 1 Ichigo, which as you can see, looks amazing. Really glad I got a playset of these. Wish I had a 5th one for the binder, but oh well. But we do have 4 of that. For those of you who don't know, the when played is look at the top card of your deck, then place it at the top of your deck or in your sideline. This just helps you filter out the cards that you want to see or don't want to see, and it also boosts your sideline so you can activate the raid abilities later in the game. Moving on to 2s, we have Ichigo's Room, activate main, switch to resting, sideline this card, you get to draw 2 cards and then place 1 from your hand into the sideline. So while this wasn't a card I originally put on my list, after checking some other lists and then playtesting it, I actually like it now. For Ichigo's Room, we are running 2 copies, and then our other 2-drop is the Kisuke Urahara, just for our energy generation. With this deck, you want to get to 5. That's going to be your highest card in the game, and the problem you run into is if you're raiding over all your double energy Ichigos, you're going to run out. So having a Kisuke to just stay in your backline is super helpful. Moving on to 3s, we have our Ichigo. When attacking, this character gains 1,000 until the end of turn and double energy. So great attacker, great defender, great energy generator. And I got the pre-release versions, except for one. And the alt is cool. Moving on, we have Rukia. We are running Rukia package in this one, but it is the smallest of the 3. So I'm running 1, 2, 3 of the Rukias here. She has a, when attacking, draw a card, then place one from your hand into your sideline. She costs 3, is a 3,500, and has a draw trigger. Then we got our 4 of final triggers, restand AP, Bankais. Moving on to 4s, we have our special trigger, running 4 of those, nothing crazy. Then we're getting into our raids. So Rukia is a when played, draw 3 cards, then place 2 from your hand into your sideline. Really helps get the sideline bigger and cards that you want in your hand and cards you don't want out of your hand. Then she has an activate main, place a card into your sideline. Once a turn, choose a character on your field. It gains 500 until the end of the turn. So that can definitely come in handy to close out some games, but it's not a super necessary ability, but it does come in handy. We are running 3 of the Rukias. Up next, Renji. As you saw, we had the 0 drop. We only run that one, so rating this out is far and few between, and honestly, whether you hit it or don't, Renji is a menace. We are running 4 of Renji. For those who don't know, he costs 4. He raids over Renji, obviously, but on top of the raid ability, so if you play it out as a vanilla, you can activate main once a turn, pay an AP, and this character gains damage 2 until the end of turn. So unrated, you get that. And it has a when played on the raid. You may place 4 cards from your sideline into your removal area. If you do, choose up to 1 character on your opponent's front line, and it loses 3,000 until the end of turn. So this is really helpful when you're trying to minimize some 5k blockers or just KO a 3k on board. It can be comboed. I talked to some people at locals that there is one combo in this version of the deck where you could kill a Saitama, but it would take your entire turn in like 2 Bankais. But it's possible. Running 4 of that. Then we're going into our Ichigo. So this is going to be the starter deck Ichigo, which is a 4 cost, 4k body. Activate main once a turn. Place 4 cards from your sideline into the removal area. If you do, draw a card and give this character impact 1 until the end of turn. So I don't use this ability super often just because 4 cards is pretty pricey just for an impact and a draw, but it can help. You know, that draw could get you a Bankai that could close the game. That draw could get you a special trigger to kill one of their bodies. You know, it could do a lot of stuff, and an impact is almost a guaranteed hit in most matchups. So, but it's definitely good because you have a lot of Ichigos in the deck to raid, so the more you can raid, the better. Moving on to the boss of the deck, Ichigo Kurosaki. 5 cost card with a 4k battle points, and a when played, place the top 2 cards of your deck into the sideline. Then you can place any number of cards from the sideline into your removal area. If you do, choose up to 1 character on your opponent's front line. It loses 500 for each card placed into your removal area with this ability until the end of turn. So this card is really good, and I like it as a 4 of, as you'll see here in a second, because when played, you mill 2, so that's already giving you more ammunition. Then it's not a specific a number. You can pick. If your opponent's running cheap bodies, you can discard 2 and kill a 1k. Discard 3, 15, so on and so forth, up until a 4k at 8 cards. And if you have it, you can do more. For example, if you want to kill Saitama, all you need is, you would need 20 cards to KO a Saitama. So anything under that is doable. And we are running that as the 4 of. As you can see, I am mixed on my, or rather split on my rarities. These are rare battle Ichigos. These are starter deck ones. I'm trying to get a full playset. As you've noticed in the cards beforehand, some of them are judge cards, some are pre-release, some are round 1 alt, some are various things. So I'm trying to bling out the deck a little bit, but that's gonna be it for the deck profile for the Ichigo. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Happy to answer, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.